Hello, Blue Springs, and welcome to this edition of Positively Blue Springs here on the BSSD Media Network. I'm Tony Rice, your Sideline of Sports. So happy you could join us today. We've got a great show lined up for you. First, we're joined by Mark Brown. He's the lead pastor at First Bible Baptist Church, and the director of ADP Sports. And Mark's going to tell us about Happy Five Soccer starting up here at ADP Sports here in early September, and also about the First Bible Baptist Church ADP Sports golf tournament that will benefit Hope House and the Community Services League. Then we're joined by our friend Bill Althouse. That fall sports season's coming up, and the Sonic locker room's starting up again. And Bill's going to tell us about the fall sports season and the Sonic locker room. That's all straight ahead here on Positively Blue Springs here on the BSSD Media Network.
Man, these cheesy bread dogs are incredible.
Real
The
good.
cheese is baked right into the bun.
You know, in this case, it really is what's on the outside that counts.
Maybe that phrase, "it's what's on the inside that counts," isn't true.
I mean, I've only been judging books by their covers.
Really?
I only read the cover.
Oh, you don't read what's inside?
No, I could read 2, 3 covers.
Huh.
Cover to cover. Cover and cover.
Count on the cheesy goodness of the new Cheesy Bread Dogs. They're the perfect match for any of our 25 shakes. This is how you Sonic.
Cars are more than just metal. They're our best friend, and our best friend's best friend. They're our chariots and our workhorses. They make us feel alive, and they put us to sleep. They make us laugh, and they make us proud. So when something happens to them, something happens to us. From dents and scratches to glass and collision repair, CarStar Auto Body Repair experts do it all.
For all your auto body repairs, go to your locally owned KC Auto Car Star in Blue Springs.
Little's Sports Shop, located at 1006 Main Street, is the hometown sports equipment store that has proudly called Blue Springs home for over 50 years. When it comes to sports equipment, Little's has got you covered. Baseball, softball, football, soccer, volleyball, and more, Little's has it. If not, they'll order it. Little's Sports Shop can also take care of your sports apparel needs. Uniforms or spirit wear, you'll find it at Little's. For outstanding service, fast turnaround, and great value, make the winning call. Little's Sports Shop, 229-3606. That's 229-3606. Online at littlesports.com.
Welcome back to Positively Blue Springs here on the BSSD Media Network. I'm Tony Rice, singer of Sideline of Sports, and so happy to be joined again by one of our favorite guests. He's Mark Brown. He is the lead pastor at First Bible Baptist Church, caddy corner here from Blue Springs South High School, and also the director of ADP Sports. And Mark, as always, welcome back to Positively Blue Springs.
Wonderful always to be here, Tony, and it's the fall almost. We're in August and getting ready for some big things to go on as the weather's changing.
Yep, weather's changing, which is kind of go from baseball season to football season. To some people across the world, football means soccer, and
Yes.
Fall coming up, that means Happy Five soccer time at ADP Sports.
One of our favorites, probably the favorite, and we've seen it grow over the years. So this year, of course, our 10th season, and looking forward to next year being our 10th anniversary, but our 10th season of Happy Five Soccer, and we're all getting ready and tooled up. We've got a bunch of people signing up to be our coaches, our helpers, getting our coaches clinic in place for a couple weeks from now, and that's obviously the important part of ADP Sports, of getting those people that really coach and minister and love on those kids, getting ready for a big turnout, Tony. And of course the other side of it is the sign-ups, the registration is already going. We have a bunch of people already registered and looking forward to having a great crowd out there. Last year we had over 250 kids. I don't know how many the number was, but it was way over that number last year, and we've been growing and growing. And so I think it's become just one of those staples in the community to really reach out and do sports well. Happy Five Soccer is really a great program and a great environment, great atmosphere for moms and dads that come out and enjoying their kids playing some really good soccer.
As we've always discussed, the thing that I love about ADP Sports is, number one, I'm a customer, very satisfied customer, but is the convenience, and you know what you're going to get with ADP Sports. You know that it's one day a week, it's on Saturdays, and that there's practice before, then you have a game afterwards, and you play. Don't they play like 3 games on Saturdays?
Yes, it's a unique scheduling concept that's come from another couple of leagues that have done it in different parts of the country and hail from up northeast, where soccer kind of took root a little sooner. But you can see that soccer this year, and of course with the World Cup and the frenzy and the incredible interest that there is now, of course with Sporting KC being so successful, people are seeing that soccer is really a tremendous sport, and it's something where America's lagging behind, and we don't like to say that, but we're lagging behind, I believe, in getting people involved. But over the last 20 years, you've seen young boys and girls that now they're in their 20s and 30s having their kids that have played a little bit of soccer and said, hey, I want to get my kids in a good soccer program, and this one's a good one. Within that 2-hour framework every Saturday, 2 hours and I think 10 minutes or whatever it is, there's 6 to 7 periods that are built upon just a 20-minute period rotation where within that miniature league of, say, the 5 and 6-year-olds playing together and the boys and girls out there, that they play a game. Then they'll have a practice session. Then they'll have a break time where we share a principle from God, which ties together with a principle coming from soccer, which ties together with a principle of character and teaching young boys and girls character, teamwork, whatever it may be, in the theme for the year. And then they might go right back and play another game, and then play another practice. And by that time, over the course of that 2 hours, 2 hours and 10 minutes, they've had a sweet time. We do it for 7-8 weeks in the fall. So through September and October, our boys and girls that get involved in this thing and really get a lot of bang for their buck, and they really get some great teaching, and they have a great atmosphere, once again, as I said earlier. And I know the coaches just love spending time with those kids. Just one quick thing just to add, I think that our young boys and girls that are part of it would be able to testify, tell the story about it. We ought to do that sometime, but how, goodness, as you said, a satisfied customer. They walk off the field a little tired, a little pooped out, a little bit worn, but you know what? They've had a great day interacting with people that love them, those kids that are on the team, having a chance to just learn principles of life and also learn soccer. It's really a tremendous thing.
And it's convenient for mom and dad. Mom and dad know that it's Saturday. It's not practice on Tuesday, practice on Thursday. And if you have multiple kids, what I think, love you said, the biggest bang for your buck is that second and third child that plays is half price, correct?
Yes, that is true. And so you think about it where moms and dads want to have their kids all involved, but they don't want to be in 3 different places during the week. Even if they're in Blue Springs, they might be in 3 different leagues. If you've got a 6-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 12-year-old. Here at ADP Sports and Happy 5 Soccer, every Saturday in the month of September and October, you're out with your whole family. Mom, dad, grandpas, grandmas, and you go to field number 2, and there's the 7-year-olds, and then you go to field number 5, and then there's the 9-year-olds, and then you go to field number 7, and they're all on that sports park, and you can go watch all of your kids play soccer and just pick your spot. What an incredible time for the family in this day and age in our society where everybody's going 100 miles an hour. It's like, I know my kids are going crazy playing soccer right now, but I'm not. And I need that break as a mom and dad. And to be able to enjoy my children without thinking they have to have participation in everything. They are here in one stop. And that's, well, yeah, the money is awesome because you get a great deal with every child after your first being half price. But the benefit you get even in that is the fact that you can watch all your kids in the same spot in one day.
Yeah, I'll look at that. You talk about bang for your buck. If you look at it, whereas you're there for 2 hours a day and there's 7-8 weeks, let's say there's an 8 week, that's 16 hours.
Yes.
Okay? And if you're mom or dad, you get that 16 hours of tranquility. My gosh, it's less than $5, less than $4 an hour of tranquility. That's a great bargain.
You can't beat that.
You can't beat it at all. And it's all the information is on adpsports.com, correct?
Yes.
And we'll touch on that here at the end of the program as well. But the other thing I wanted to chat with you about is the second annual ADP Sports golf tournament, September the 19th. It's got an 8:30 shotgun start.
Yes.
Tied in with a couple of great benefactors here in Eastern Jackson County, the Community Services League, and also Hope House. How did you get hooked up, and how did you choose them as your benefactors?
Well, we have some key people in our church that just really love the community. And they're involved also, too, in the church, but also in the community, which I believe is really just God's mission for us all. I think that people say, I'm a church person and I'm just going to hang over here. That's not the way I believe God meant it to be. We should be missional, loving on people and seeing how we, as a team of people, as a local church or whatever it is in the community, in your organization, Sonic Locker Room Show, you are grabbing young people and you want to get them to be known in the community, so you're tying that together to see the benefit of lives touching other lives, and that's what this is. With ADP Sports, we want to put on a charity golf tournament that benefits others. If we can rally the people together at First Bible Baptist Church and say, look, let's just go out and do what we can. We got different people running each hole. Some of them don't even know or love golf that much, but they said, hey, I'll give up 6 hours in the day to be a blessing while people go out and play some golf. They play their golf. They get that foursome together for $500, and knowing that money goes to 2 organizations that really can benefit from it. Community Service League of Blue Springs, they do tons of stuff for kids and families around here, and Hope House, of course, Lee Summit Independence. And that last part of that connection piece with our church and the community and key people in our church is that, hey, there's people in our church that do a lot with the Rotary, do some things with the Chamber of Commerce. They're involved with their businesses, and they know that their business is benefiting from just business in the community, but it goes both ways. And so the mission of the church, the mission of the community, reaching out to other people, I think that's what makes a lot of what Blue Springs is, a very special place. And that's what this show is, Positively Blue Springs, and it all comes together that way, Tony, in a sweet way.
Yep, I totally agree. And how the community, there's many local celebrities that live here, professional athletes that live around here. They're going to be participating. I know you're getting everybody lined up right now, so we can't name all who's going to be there, but it's just a great day of golf for a great cause by a great church here in Blue Springs that shows that it cares about the Blue Springs community.
Yeah, in partnerships with people and businesses. Zarda Barbecue is going to do our lunch afterwards, and when we have the tournament comes together and we have that lunch afterwards, they have the awards ceremony and all that, they're doing the lunch, and they're doing that as a gift, as a part of the charity golf tournament. We have Chick-fil-A just recently agreed to be part of doing our breakfast sandwich, and doing our breakfast, and they're sponsoring that, so we could keep people like that. Last year we had Lamar's do donuts, and Zarda, we had different, so there's a lot there, Tony, and it's just the first couple years. We'd love to see this thing take off where we could easily raise thousands and thousands of dollars. Last year we raised $9,000. We're able to give it to 3 different charities. The House of Hope in Lexington, we have a personal connection there, which is neat. Rachel House, we were able to give them a check for that, and also too a missionary work tied together with my associate pastor Bobby Bonner, who was a missionary in Zambia for years, helped a deaf school over in Zambia, Africa. So that was really something special. So this year, 2 local charities, they're going to benefit from it. And once again, it's for us to be able to just come together, partner, and then give and do something for people that I know they could use a little bit of boost and a little bit of help.
Okay, as with everything with First Bible Baptist Church and ADP Sports, it's all good, and everybody plays.
Yes, it's where everyone plays, right, Tony? And that's where we love ADP Sports.
And with this golf tournament, everybody wins.
Everybody wins. Hey, you come out and you're partaking in that, be a participant in it, boy, you'll end up coming away from that day saying, hey, we did something for a good cause, and it was worth the time. Golf was pretty good, but the time was spent well, and the money is definitely going, every penny goes out to those charities.
Okay, $500 for a foursome. You can buy a $100 Mulligan's package.
Yes.
Okay.
Tons of stuff in that too.
Right. You get a free breakfast. You get a free lunch.
Yes.
I know by playing in it last year that there's a fantastic silent auction at the end.
Yes. And Blue Springs Country Club is a wonderful place. So we've got a good partnership there. They're wonderful to do things with, Tony.
Yep.
So that's really good. We're looking forward to that.
Okay. If somebody wants more information about the golf tournament or as well about Happy Five Soccer, where do they go at online?
ADPsports.com. Go ahead and go on there, and you'll find everything for Happy Five Soccer to register your children. You got the whole month of August to do so, so make sure you get in there, get, of course, that second child half price, and on and on and on it goes. And ADPsports.com will also get you to the charity golf tournament. You'll be able to see what it's all about. There's information there, and you can sign up online for that as well.
And as I was checking your website out online, the church office number is 220-2337, and then call that number as well.
Yes, and our office manager there will take care of you, answer all your questions.
All right, Mark Brown, lead pastor at First Bible Baptist Church, director of ADP Sports. Thanks again for all that you do. Don't forget about the golf tournament, September the 19th, adpsports.com. Don't forget about Happy Five Soccer. Starts on September 6th.
September 6th.
Okay. You can register online at adpsports.com. Mark, the name of this program you mentioned is Positive Blue Springs. Everything that you do here is Positive Blue Springs. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tony, you as well. It's really just a blessing to be here.
Thank you, Mark. This is Positive Blue Springs, a presentation of the PSSD Media Network.
Thinking about college? Then check out Metropolitan Community College Blue River. We offer transfer programs that give you the foundation for a bachelor's degree and career programs such as Police Academy and Fire Academy that reward you with a quick access to great jobs. Our small class sizes give you personal attention and our class times fit your busy lifestyle. MCC Blue River's cost is 1/3 that of most universities, and financial aid and scholarships are available to those who qualify. Check out our online courses and Saturday classes. Go to mcckc.edu to enroll today or call 816-604-1000. Again, that's 816-604-1000. Blue River is a campus of Metropolitan Community College.
Print Graphics, located at the corner of 10th and Vesper in Blue Springs, has been providing its thousands of satisfied customers with high-quality print products and services for 22 years. Fast, friendly, and professional service. That's what you can expect every time at Print Graphics. Print Graphics is locally owned and operated and offers the same high-quality products and services as the larger print shops, but at a lower cost. For business letterhead, envelopes, invitations, announcements, catalogs, brochures, or any type of printing product or service, phone or visit Print Graphics. That's Print Graphics, 945 Northwest Vesper in Blue Springs. You can call Print Graphics at 228-1053. That's 228-1053. Or visit them online at printgraphicskc.com.
Welcome back to Positively Blue Springs here on the BSSD Media Network. I'm Tony Reisinger of Sideliner Sports, and so happy to be joined by one of my best friends in the world. He's like a brother to me. Also a great person to work with as coming up on year 7 of the Sonic Locker Room and year 18 of Vision Sports here on BSSD Radio and BSSD Television. He's Bill Althouse, legendary columnist from The Examiner, award-winning broadcaster for Sideliner Sports. And Bill, welcome back to, I'm really saying welcome back because you just got back from Alaska. So welcome back to Positively Blue Springs.
Yeah, you know, I can't believe 18 years, you know, walking the sidelines, sitting in the press box, watching these two amazing high school football teams at Blue Springs South and Blue Springs High School. Just what an honor to share the passion, the great talent, wonderful kids, wonderful coaches, administrations that are top-notch. It just makes you feel special to be a part of that. And like you said, I can't believe 7 years for the Sonic Locker Room. That blows my mind. You know, gosh, you came up with the idea for that show. We start with 4 schools. Now we have 19, and just continues to grow and grow.
Yep, and the cool thing, it's always local, it's always informative, it's always positive. We meet the greatest kids in the world. We meet fantastic faculty members, fantastic administrators that have passion for the community, and they have passion for the schools, and they have passion for each other, and that's the beauty of the Sonic Locker Room.
Well, you know what I like so much about it? The first couple of years, it was just strictly sports related, and you know, that's great. There's a lot of sports to talk about in Eastern Jackson County. But when you can add the forensics teams, the debate team, you can talk to the lead of a theater production. You can talk to a kid that's involved with robotics and making a robot that'll climb up a group of stairs and then toss a soccer ball. You know, things that I didn't even know existed. And to give them a voice, to give them a little bit of a soapbox makes that show just so very special to me.
Oh yeah, in the theater, when we talk to the theater out at William Crispin, you learn what a fantastic theater program they have. And we love with Oak Grove when to realize how smart we really are not. We have their academic bowl team on each year, and then over at Fort Osage, when you know Brandon Hart and have done a fantastic job. They've been great to work with. When we have their 8th graders on once per semester, and as we follow those 8th graders through their senior year, just a great, outstanding young individuals and students.
Well, you think back of the 8th graders we had on, probably a future Olympian with Asia Cole, you know, all the football players that have made such an impact.
Right.
Maybe one of the top 2 or 3 kids I've met in 32 years at the Examiner, and Devontae Mosby, who not only was an amazing football player and basketball player, but he started a Special Olympics track and field tournament there. He started it. And the kids were so impressed with it. The teachers were so impressed. Now, I believe he'll be a sophomore or junior this year at William Jewell College, and they've continued it even though Devontae is no longer a part of Fort Osage. And, you know, you can go on.
John Eakey, remember that great food drive that John Eakey did?
Absolutely, you know, and now John, we had a story in the Examiner last week. John's going to Japan to play professional basketball. the kids, it's so, I don't think it's a coincidence or a surprise when great athletes, great students, great actors, great debaters are also involved in other things.
Yep.
You know, we're taping this program at Blue Springs South High School, and my gosh, how many shows have we had with Susan Bubelow and the student council here, going out and helping homeless people, and going with Ben Bear and his baseball team and actually watching them build a house for Habitat for Humanity. And, you know, the sports aspect of the Sonic locker room are wonderful. And, you know, they're the backbone. But, you know, that little cherry on top of the cake is everything else that we get to visit about.
But you're a part of the media. You worked in TV up at Channel 2 in St. Joe, and you've been part of the Examiner for over 30 years. We're here at Blue Springs South High School. I mean, look around you in this studio. Okay, and as you see on TV, you see the type of product that they put out. You know, young Nick Moser is down there to be a junior at Mizzou. A fantastic job. When he got down to Mizzou, he was 3 steps ahead of everybody.
Sure.
You know, Blake Terrence, who we've had on the radio program, we've had him on this program here, going through the Blue Springs School District and having exposure to this type of program. How much would you like to have this? Back when you graduated?
Well, it's interesting, you know, you'd say that because I was visiting with Pete Grigsby before we went on, and I thought I was a big deal because my junior and senior year at Truman High School back in '71 and '72, I called in the scores to WHB of the football games.
Right.
You know, you'd go find a payphone, you'd call in, you'd write down your little 15, 20-minute spiel, that was it. Here, you've got this unbelievable professional studio. These kids can do anything basically that you could do in a professional studio, and it blows my mind. I mean, it just seems to get bigger and better every year, and the young people that you work with in here make me realize that it's a good thing that my time's about over, because they're so far advanced and so much more, the technology just comes so easy for them. And I still don't know how to get the messages off my new cell phone, you know, and here these kids are going out doing live remotes and broadcast things like that. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, but you know what? They would not know how to splice film.
Well, that's true. Boy, I spliced a lot of film at KQTV.
Yep. Hey, you know, school's getting ready to start here, and by the time this show airs, it will have started. The fall sports season is underway. The Blue Springs Wildcats, the defending state, two-time defending state Class 6 football champion. Possibility for number 3?
Oh, absolutely. My gosh, when you look at what that team did 2 years ago, and then what they did last year, every time they played, you just knew they were going to win. They were that good. I don't think they're going to be that good this year, but when you take an undefeated state championship team and you can come back with Khalil and Carlos Davis at tackle, who might be the best defensive lineman in the country, Ian Brown at quarterback, and Kobe Bissell at running back. The only team in the Midwest maybe that Kobe Bissell wouldn't have been the starting running back last year for was Blue Springs, because they had Dalvin Warmack. They lose a lot of their offensive line. They lose the 2-time Simone Award winner in Dalvin Warmack. They lose the 2-time Simone Award Defensive Player of the Year for the metro area in Joshua Lee, and maybe the best all-around athlete and football player I've seen since Brandon Lloyd and Caleb Pruitt, who started the season as a shutdown corner on the football team and became just an amazing receiver when Darius Shepard got banged up, Lou's dad, who I covered too, so that shows how old I am.
I was thinking, how are you leaving Darius Shepard out? You talk about the greats. I mean, he was fantastic.
But, you know, they have it all this year, and there's a quiet confidence over there. They're not going to go around beating on their chests and saying we're the best. They're just going to go and prove it every Friday night.
And the last 3 state champions in Class 6 are from here in Blue Springs.
Absolutely, and you know, and that Blue Springs South team from 3 years ago, my goodness. How many first-year starters did they have on that? You know, that's just the depth and the quality you have at the 2 schools here. And Tony, how many times have we had the conversation, if there was one school in Blue Springs, you'd be talking about a 5, 6, 7-year run where they'd be hands down the state championships. Because it used to be in Missouri, the road to state goes through Rockhurst. Now it goes through Blue Springs or Blue Springs South.
You know, in baseball, and we're getting back to Blue Springs South from 3 years ago, they talk about the 5-tool players. Okay, in football, 3 years ago, has anyone ever had a better season as a complete player? You know, punting the ball, defense, offense, running the ball, quarterbacking, than Connor Harris.
No one. Dalvin Warmack did things I never thought I'd see. Darian Miller. There have been so many amazing athletes. Brandon Lloyd, you know, was a phenomenal athlete who went on and enjoyed a really solid career in the NFL, and I believe he's back this year after taking a year off. But what Connor did as a first-year starter at quarterback, we'll never see again. You know, he's not going to be in the NFL. He's not a guy that's going to make waves in college, but quarterback, like you say, punting, you know, who'll ever forget that punt he dropped inside the 5-yard line at the end of the state championship football game? If you needed a big interception and a big interception return for a touchdown, Connor was the guy that did it. He, you know, and in his 1 year as a starter at Blue Springs South High School, and he does all that. And Stephen Sullivan, the same thing at running back. I mean, Stephen and Connor were Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. I mean, they were just two of the best playmakers that I've ever seen. Then you throw in all the great defensive players that team had. What an amazing year.
You know, and you look at it, and with us doing, and you've been doing this in Eastern Jackson County for 30 years, of us doing the football for 18 years, is realize that, you know, it's back in 2001, 13 years ago, when Andrew Tuggle was, you know, leading that Blue Springs team, you know, and that you know, Jordan Whitworth, and that, you know, these kids now are in their early 30s, okay, and now with Vision Sports and that kids growing up in Blue Springs, you know, expect when they're in high school that their games are going to be on radio and TV.
Well, it's funny because I've had so many conversations with Tim Crone, and you know, the longtime former activities director at Blue Springs High School, and he now does the color, very colorful color for the Blue Springs football games, and you know, kids are just spoiled. You know, I mean, they're going to get the big spreads like the Chiefs get with you know, the larger metropolitan papers. They now have the TV games every night, and I can't tell you how many times I'll get done writing my story and I'll go home and I'll watch the rebroadcast of the game just to see what Tim and Dale Carter have to say, and also just to watch the little nuances that you might miss, you know, because so oftentimes you and I will stand down on the sidelines, and it's great down there because you get to hear the interaction among the coaches and the players, but you don't get that broad picture that you get if you sit in the press box. And when you have the opportunity to watch talent like we have here in Eastern Jackson County with Blue Springs and Blue Springs South, you better take advantage of it, you know. And Tony, next week football starts, and it's going to be a blink of an eye before you and I are going to say, where'd this season go?
Every year we do it.
Where'd this summer go?
Exactly.
You know, I can't believe the Sonic Locker Room starts next week. High school football starts. You know, everything starts next week.
Right.
And whether it's fair or not, everything is predicated on a high school in the fall on how their football team does. And boy, when you've got Jaguars and Wildcats to root for, you should feel very, very lucky.
Final question, because we could talk all day. What do you love most about what you do?
Being around the kids, being around these positive, amazing kids that go on to become lawyers and doctors, and you know, a kid like Maurice Mitchell competing all over the country, representing the United States in the Olympics. And yeah, I'm having breakfast tomorrow with Stinson Dean, who led Blue Springs to a championship when he was the quarterback at Blue Springs High School. And you know, Brian McCray, 1985, part of the first Blue Springs team that beat Rockhurst. You know, it was 3 years earlier. But, you know, and watch Brian go on and become a professional player. And now he has, you know, I go and watch his little girl skate at the Independence Event Center, Addison. And that's special, man. When you're around people like that, it's very special. People like you, association, is very special. It's been a great partnership for 18 years with Vision Sports, and the past 7 with the Sonic Locker Room.
Yep. And the one thing there is that, I mean, your reputation, okay, and the quality of the work that you do is that when you cover a high school game, okay, with you covering it, that makes that game into an event because Bill Althouse is covering that. It is.
It's already an event when you get to go and watch a Blue Springs South or a Blue Springs. And
but when you go out to the independent schools or cover Grain Valley, okay, or out to Oak Grove, okay, they know that Bill Althouse is in the house, and they know that this is a big game. This is an event because the Examiner, okay, which is pretty much the Sports Illustrated of periodicals out here, is that it's an event because Bill Althouse is covering it. So.
Well, and you know, it's interesting because the impact that the Examiner has had. You know, we covered high school sports long before Metro Sports began covering high school sports, and long before there was something like Vision Sports covering the games on the radio. And the way everything has worked hand in hand is really pretty amazing. I mean, high school sports is a big deal in Eastern Jackson County. And it's fun now with the success the Royals are having with that, you know, really interesting and exciting preseason game. The Chiefs, that 41-39 win over Cincinnati last week. You know, this could be a fun fall.
Right. Well, Bill, I want to thank you so much for joining us today on Positive Blue Springs. Look forward to seeing you on the sidelines. Look forward to reading your columns and covering all the events in the Examiner. And most of all, I look forward to working with you each week for the school year on the Sonic Locker Room. Just you're the best at what you do, and thanks so much for what you do for not just Blue Springs, but all Eastern Jackson County.
All right, buddy. Thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks, Bill.
Man. All right.
Okay, and Sonic Locker Room, you can catch it every Monday through Wednesday, starting at 4 p.m. Okay, make sure you tune in to 10:30 a.m. KCWJ. Tune in at 3 p.m. because you have BSSD Radio. You have some great future stars, great future media people who take the microphone. This is Positive Blue Springs, presentation of the BSSD.
Hi, I'm Dr. Alan Foster. Welcome to our practice. Foster Dental Care was founded in 1980. We've been a part of Eastern Jackson County since that time. I chose this area because my wife and I wanted to be close to the metropolitan area, but yet still be in a small town, and Blue Springs definitely has a small town feel even as it's grown.
Foster Dental Care, we really do every procedure from general dentistry, fillings, extractions, dentures, and up to cosmetic dentistry, Invisalign, braces, whitening, veneers. You name it, we do it here at Foster Dental Care.
We're a one-stop shop. We can treat anything from your dental emergency to your orthodontics.
I think what sets us apart here at Foster Dental Care is just our ability to serve a wide variety of patients and a wide variety of services, and while delivering the best possible dentistry in a warm and compassionate and comfortable environment.
Forming relationships with our patients is just as important to us as treating their dental needs. Seeing our patients walk out with a smile and a great experience is our goal.
I just love seeing patients, and just getting to do that on a day-to-day basis is wonderful. I love working with my team as we just strive to provide the best dentistry in the area and expand our knowledge and being able to do so.
At Foster Dental Care, our main concern is putting patients first and giving you the smile that you've always wanted. We look forward to your visit.
Welcome back to Positivity Blue Springs. We want to thank our guests. They made our show fantastic today. Thank you to Mark Brown of First Bible Baptist Church and ADP Sports. Don't forget to go to adpsports.com to check out information on the golf tournament and Happy Five Soccer. And also always great to catch up with Bill Althouse, a legend here in Eastern Jackson County. Check him out on the Sonic Locker Room on 10:30 a.m. KCWJ, and also in the Examiner. I also want to thank you, the viewers at home, for inviting us into your living rooms to watch Positively Blue Springs. And I also want to thank Pete Grigsby, Audrey, behind the camera, for producing the program, and the Blue Springs School District for allowing us this opportunity to present this program to you. I'm Tony Reisinger of Sideline of Sports and Positively Blue Springs. Make it a great day.